What is up guys, Wraec is here with a new video, and today I want to talk about the topic that I feel like is kind of weird, that I don't know why AFK Journey is doing it, and what I mean is the lack of pop-up packs. I mean, I'm not exactly hyped to be spammed with pop-up packs at every single occasion, but also the fact is kinda that pop-up packs are the best way to spend in this game because they offer the highest value. If we go into the trolley, we of course have the limited bundles, which are kind of decent, 650% they put in here, and we gotta get a few stellar crystals as well, and stellar crystals, well, are kind of your bread and butter if you want to go for hyped heroes like Talene and everything, but it's like 3,000 for 45 stellar crystals. If you get a proper pop-up pack, it's like 2,500 for 55, so better value. And in general, I thought after like the first month, I would rather go for pop-up packs. I don't really go for those Stargaze packs anymore, really, if I can avoid them. If I, of course, see, okay, there is a video to be made and we make a nice Talene video or something, I might go for it, but in general, I want to go for pop-up packs. And what that meant was like I had to do a decent amount of progress in the game. Like before AFK stage 900, it was every 150 AFK stages there was basically some kind of pack. A Stargaze pack, pack with some epic recruitment, something like that. And if we went into Duras Trials, Duras Trial was notorious for spamming you with those. Duras Trial basically from like level 1 to 10, all of those stages basically gave you an epic recruitment pack. I remember some days where I had like 4 or 5 of them, which I thought was ridiculous. Like that was a little bit too insane. That was really even above what I wanted to spend. For some people, for some megalodons, as some people say, that was of course perfect because they managed to get like the summons they needed to upgrade their heroes to Paragon 2, 3, 4, which we haven't really done on this account. We're still on Paragon 1, but maybe Paragon 2 pretty soon, I hope. But still, now that we reached that point in the game where basically we are going towards the end of the season, we still have all the hero releases in the same rate we had at the beginning of the season, so that really hasn't changed. Still, the second half of a lot of game modes just doesn't offer any pop-up packs anymore. And that feels a little bit weird, especially if you think about the recent discussion of the declining profits or declining revenue of AFK Journey. I have a little website here that shows that. Let me show you that. And so what we're looking at here is a gacha revenue website that posts those revenues from the Play stores and everything, and we can see it's in March it's 2.5 million. I assume that's from PTR. Then we have the big month in April, the release month with 19 million. Then May already only 12 million despite the season release, and then June with 7 million, so a 12 million drop since April, which is quite interesting given that the entire May was 12 million, so absolutely insane. May and June together are only April, and well, we can get with a little bit of thinking, we will imagine what July will look like. So dropping revenue, I mean, in a seasonal game it kind of makes sense. In a seasonal game I think it kind of makes sense that the revenue drops to an extent as the player numbers decrease within a season. Towards the end of the season they are of course way lower. The question really is what is at the start of season 2. One thing to note though, and I think that wasn't mentioned enough, is many people don't spend through Play stores. They spend through the website Pluto Mall. For me, for example, I did all my spendings through Pluto Mall because you just get 5% more Dragon Crystals. So makes sense to go there, and I think people that in general tend to spend a lot prefer Pluto Mall, so a lot of the spending of like I think whales is not really included in this. But still, the revenue decline, it shows in there, and it is pretty representative of all the player number declines we saw. We saw view declines on major YouTubers, all of that is in there. So one thing to note though, and I think honestly the pop-up packs, they also kind of play into this revenue decline, because it is so weird. It feels so weird to now have that change in the game where basically they mid-season changed the strategy and said, okay, no longer will any achievement, basically any minor achievement, even clearing one level of Duras Trial or something, give you a pop-up pack, but we will basically give you none. And I don't really understand that. And of course, if you're a whale or if you are even a normal player and you see maybe Tulin and then there is like a Stargaze pack, well, maybe you would decide to just go for it. But if it isn't offered to you, of course you don't. So I think that also kind of plays into this revenue decline. And the weirdest thing for me is like I always had this little present here with those 48-hour packs that you could buy for a few dollars, and those packs I never really bought, but they were always here. And right now they are not even there, so even those packs ran out. I don't know what the strategy really is for this. We currently, of course, have the Telene, and they put a lot of more packs into this, into the trolley, and they had some limited bundles here for the release, not really associated with any achievement in the game, but like the release, and so they made some bundles for that. And I noticed they did that for a few other things as well. So I'm not really sure how they are going to change the strategy. They didn't really announce that. If they are going to go away from pop-up packs, personally, I don't really like pop-up packs. I like the value of pop-up packs. I didn't like pop-up packs in general, because what they did there was like they gave you this, they told you, okay, you cleared AFK stage 1550, now here is a pop-up pack, and if you don't buy it within 2 hours it is gone. And you felt like, okay, maybe at this time around I don't really need 55 stellar crystals, but I know there's going to be a hero release sooner or later, so I will need them eventually. And then you felt forced to spend right now to not miss this offer and have to buy like stuff in the trolley. And building up this kind of pressure, I'm no friend of that. I don't like to make pressured decisions. I would rather think about it and take my time with it and then say, okay, I will buy it or I won't. But of course, this is also the intention of such pressure, of such countdowns, to say, okay, we won't give you that time. Rather than that, you will have to buy it now or you will lose it. By the way, not even an achievement for Duras Trial 500. I cleared that today. It was quite fun. We can maybe watch a clear of somebody else. I'm not sure I am in there. When I did it, there was like 1 or 2 persons doing it. So it is kind of crazy. Is my name even in there? No. I definitely cleared it. Did they use the same team I did? Yeah. No. I didn't use an Atalanta. I did something more like this. Yeah. That's something that I did. Let's watch that. So basically, yeah, like not even a pack for that felt kind of crazy. So not really sure where they are going with it. You can maybe tell me your opinion about pop-up packs in the comments. Other than the value, do you like them? Like, take away the value of those. Imagine them if they were the same value as limited packs. Would you like them? Like, that is, I think, a question that you guys could answer for me. I would really appreciate that. Beyond that, of course, really the point stands. We'll have to see what happens next season. I am still very hopeful. We saw a lot of good improvements recently into the game. They changed some stuff in Duras Trial. They are still improving there. By the way, they even changed some waves in Duras Trial. No longer the same. If you remember, we were stuck here. I'm still stuck there. That didn't change. But if we take a look, this stage is different now. They used to be like Vala and Arden at the same position, and now they changed it all around. Usually the Brutus was here, so kind of new, kind of different clears now. Some of the records though seem to be for the old one, which I think is a little bit confusing, so maybe keep that in mind. But in general, as I said, the improvements are pretty good. I like the new event. We already made a video about it. That's a pretty nice thing. So I think they will manage to keep some player base. But if it's enough, that is to be decided by the next season. If the next season is big hype and we see players returning and we see good stuff happening, for example, like decent loot, we need good loot. If they go back, and I will scream at the mic, honestly, if they go back and do the same stuff like last season and start the season with bad loot, I will scream at the mic. I think that would be horrible. That would be so horrible. I think that could actually kill the game. I think if they put good loot in the game for the start of the season, and there is a big hype, and people go in there and notice, okay, we can earn summons. If we clear like the story, there are a ton of summons. I think they can really bring the hype back, and they can make this game very, very good again. But until then, we'll have to see. Tell me your opinions about pop-up packs and everything in the comments down below. I'm glad to discuss that with you guys. Until then, I wish you a great day. We'll see us in the next one.